God's morning, people. I want to stick on this Jacob Blake discussion for a little bit longer. I'm a little disturbed, not surprised, but disturbed that I'm seeing people compare the response to the shooting of Jacob Blake to the murder of the little boy Cannon. Um, Complaints that Cannon's murder wasn't publicized as much as Jacob Blake's shooting is, because it doesn't fit a narrative. Let me say something real quick. It's starting to appear that some of you are actually glad that this little kid was murdered so that you have something to try to compare this to. Um, while it is definitely a tragic event, um, I couldn't fathom my grown children being murdered, much less when they were 5 years old. Um, Completely tragic event, but they're not the same. Let me explain to you why they're not the same, just in case you don't understand. And I realize that me explaining this is probably going to go in one ear and out the other for a lot, because it's not what you want to hear. But this is why they're not the same. The person who killed Cannon was immediately arrested and charged with that crime. Immediately arrested and charged with that crime. The person who shot Jacob Blake, the people who shot and killed Breonna Taylor, have not been arrested nor charged with anything. So on one hand, you have the murderer who is in jail and will probably remain there for the rest of his life. On the other hand, you have murderers and attempted murderers walking the streets freely. There are a few distinct differences in these assailants that I should not need to point out to anyone. And even if you're not trying to hear what I'm saying, you won't want to notice the differences. Open your mind just a little bit and look for yourself what the differences are. Nobody gives a damn about what's televised or what's on TV or what's in social media. What we care about is who's being held accountable for these crimes. You want to try to disavow Black Lives Matter. One, Black Lives Matter is not a political organization. Two, if there were no injustice, if the people who were committing these crimes were arrested and charged rightfully so, there would be no reason for Black Lives Matter. There would be no reason for it because the people who are doing the crimes are being held accountable. That's all the black community is looking for. Well, I take that back. That's not all we're looking for. First, we're looking for stop killing us. Second, we're looking for if for whatever reason you happen to kill us and it's wrong, be held accountable. In Jacob Blake's situation, I mentioned yesterday that I am convinced that that cop had every intent to kill. Look at my back. That cop shot Jacob Blake 7 times in the back. What's behind that skin in the back are vital organs. All vital organs. You shoot in this area, be it front or back, with the intent to kill. That officer was as close to Jacob Blake as I am to this camera, or probably closer because he held him by his shirt. He could have easily pointed down and shot him in the leg. If he had to shoot, he could have shot him in the leg. He could have put his gun away and grabbed his taser. If he was worried about the guy getting away, shoot the tires out. You aim for the torso because you want to kill. There's no other reason to aim for the torso. Now, back to Cannon. Let me finish up by saying I am completely devastated by what happened to that young man. But please do not compare this to what's happening to black people. There is a huge and distinct difference. Cannon's family will receive justice. Breonna Taylor's family has not received any justice. Jacob Blake's family has not even received the first step towards justice. George Floyd's family still has not received justice. It's not the same, people. I love y'all, but it's not the same. Open your eyes. Stop being blind. There's a real and justified reason behind Black Lives Matter. If you stop looking at your own bias and your own narrative, you might be able to understand it just for a moment. Y'all have a blessed day. Much love. Make progress, not excuses.